Have you ever thought you were making the healthiest choice by cracking open an egg for breakfast, only to discover that this simple habit might be silently harming your health, especially as you age? Eggs have long been celebrated as a powerhouse of nutrition packed with protein, vitamins, and minerals. They're a go to breakfast staple for millions around the world. But here's a question to consider. Could the way you're preparing and eating your eggs actually be putting your body at risk? In this video, I'm going to share 5 essential egg eating mistakes you must avoid, especially if you're over 60. I'll also show you a simple science-backed method that helped one of my patients, 86-year-old Mrs. Mary Johnson, reduce her cholesterol medication by 30% just by changing how she ate eggs. Sound unbelievable? Well, keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll see just how powerful your breakfast choices can be. Before we dive in, a quick favor: if you care about your health and want to keep getting valuable information like this, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you enjoy this content, drop a 1 in the comments. If you think we can do better, let us know with a 0. Your feedback helps us grow and serve you better. All right, let's begin with the first mistake, one that many people make every morning without realizing the consequences. 1. Eating only egg whites on an empty stomach. There's a widespread belief that egg yolks are the enemy of heart health, so many people, especially older adults, ditch the yolk and eat only the whites. They think they're making a smart, cholesterol-friendly choice. But what if I told you that this well-intentioned habit could be quietly depleting your body of a vital nutrient and causing more harm than good? Egg whites contain a protein called avidin. Sounds harmless, right? But here's the catch. Avidin binds tightly to biotin, also known as vitamin B7, and blocks your body from absorbing it. Biotin is crucial for several key functions in your body, including the health of your skin, nervous system, hair, and even your brain. When your body doesn't get enough biotin, things start to fall apart slowly at first, then all at once, and a biotin deficiency can start subtly. Maybe you feel more tired than usual, a little irritable, foggy-headed. You brush it off as aging. But over time, the symptoms grow: numbness or tingling in your hands and feet, muscle weakness, trouble remembering things, even full-blown clinical depression. For older adults, these symptoms are especially concerning as your nervous system is already under more strain with age. Let me share a real-life story. Mrs. Eleanor Thompson, 72-year-old retiree from Maine, was a proud health nut. For years, she ate only egg whites for breakfast, always on an empty stomach. She thought she was doing everything right, but then came the numbness in her fingers, the occasional stumble, the growing fog in her mind. Doctors were baffled until one finally ran a test for biotin levels. The result? Severe biotin deficiency directly linked to her long-standing habit of avoiding egg yolks. What made her condition worse was the timing: eating egg whites on an empty stomach. When you haven't eaten, your stomach acid is more concentrated. And this acidity makes avidin even better at binding to biotin, robbing your body of what little it has. Now, here's the part most people don't realize. Egg yolks are not just about cholesterol. They're loaded with vital nutrients: lecithin, omega-3 fatty acids, lutein, zeaxanthin, and yes, biotin itself. Lecithin helps produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter your brain uses to form and store memories. Lutein and zeaxanthin protect your eyes from macular degeneration, a leading cause of blindness in seniors. And biotin, it actually helps counteract the effects of avidin in the egg whites. So when you throw away the yolk, you're not just tossing nutrients, you're giving up your body's defense mechanism. To truly benefit from eggs, always eat the whole egg. Even better, don't eat them on an empty stomach. Instead, have them with a fiber-rich meal. Think a colorful veggie salad or a slice of whole grain toast. This slows digestion, reduces stomach acid's impact, and maximizes the nutrients your body absorbs. Worried about cholesterol? Good news. Studies show that for most people, eating 1 egg per day, 5-7 eggs per week, does not significantly raise cholesterol levels or increase heart disease risk. But there's a caveat. If you're already on cholesterol medication or have conditions like Parkinson's or dementia, check with your doctor. These groups are more sensitive to nutrient imbalances, and biotin plays a bigger role in their neurological health. Some medications can also increase your risk of biotin deficiency. If you're taking antibiotics like sulfonamides or are on environmental hormones, you may need to be especially careful. The takeaway: your breakfast should nourish you, not deplete you. And eggs, when eaten right, can be one of the most powerful tools in your nutritional arsenal. But if you make just one wrong move, they could become a silent threat. And that's just the first mistake. In the next part, I'll reveal another common egg habit that's even more damaging and shockingly widespread among seniors. So stay with me. Your health deserves it. 2. Eating raw or undercooked eggs. Some older adults, often out of habit or cultural tradition, still consume raw or undercooked eggs. Whether it's drinking them mixed with alcohol, like vodka, or eating soft boiled eggs with runny yolks. These practices are surprisingly common. Perhaps you've seen it in movies or even tried it yourself thinking it's a quick protein boost. But here's the reality for seniors. This practice can be dangerously risky. The number one concern is foodborne illness, particularly from salmonella, a type of bacteria that can contaminate raw eggs. While younger individuals may recover from salmonella with mild symptoms, older adults are far more vulnerable. That's because with age, our immune systems naturally weaken, making it harder to fight off harmful pathogens. And this isn't just about a mild upset stomach. In seniors, a salmonella infection can spiral into something much more serious. Severe dehydration, high fever, or even sepsis. A life-threatening condition where the body's response to infection causes widespread inflammation and organ failure. According to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, adults aged 65 and older have the highest mortality rates linked to salmonella infections. Hospitalization is often required, and recovery can be long and complicated. Consider the case of Mr. Mark Thompson, an 82-year-old retired engineer who drank raw eggs mixed with vodka as part of a morning ritual he had followed since his youth. One day, he was rushed to the ICU after developing sepsis from a salmonella infection traced back to contaminated eggs. Though he survived, his recovery was anything but smooth. Prolonged antibiotic use disrupted his gut microbiome, leading to chronic diarrhea, weight loss, and malnutrition. He never fully regained the quality of life he once had. But the danger of raw eggs doesn't stop at salmonella. There's another more hidden threat: biotin deficiency. When eggs are raw, the protein evident in the egg white remains fully active because it hasn't been neutralized by heat. That means it can effectively bind to and block the absorption of biotin, just like we discussed earlier. This adds another layer of risk for older adults who are already more prone to nutrient deficiencies. What's more, consuming raw egg proteins can disrupt the balance of healthy bacteria in your gut. And in recent years, scientific research has uncovered just how crucial our gut microbiome is, especially for older adults. Imbalances in gut bacteria have been linked to serious conditions like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and even clinical depression. That's why it's more important than ever to keep your digestive system healthy and your microbial balance intact. So how can you safely enjoy eggs? Simple: always cook them thoroughly. Eggs should be heated to an internal temperature of at least 165°C, which effectively kills salmonella and denatures avidin, rendering it harmless. For boiled eggs, that means cooking them for 9 to 12 minutes until the yolk is completely set. Fried or scrambled eggs should also reach the same internal temperature. When shopping for eggs, pay attention to freshness. Always check the expiration date, inspect the shells for cracks or stains, and avoid buying eggs that look damaged. Bacteria can easily enter through even a small crack. Once home, store your eggs in the refrigerator and aim to consume them within 2 weeks of purchase. Proper hygiene is essential too. Wash your hands thoroughly after handling eggshells and avoid touching other foods or surfaces before washing up. Also, resist the temptation to buy discounted eggs that are close to their expiration date. While saving a few cents might seem worth it, the potential health risks are simply not worth the gamble. And what about recipes that traditionally involve raw eggs, like homemade mayonnaise or certain desserts? If you truly enjoy these dishes, consider switching to pasteurized eggs, which have been heat treated to kill harmful bacteria without cooking the egg. Or better yet, look for fully cooked alternatives that offer the same flavors without the risks. Practical tips. Recap. Cook eggs thoroughly until the yolk is solid. This means boiling for 9 to 12 minutes or cooking scrambled and fried eggs to at least 104 degrees. Check egg freshness before purchase and store them properly in your refrigerator. Avoid raw or undercooked dishes unless using pasteurized eggs. Wash your hands after handling eggshells. Now, let me ask you, have you been consuming raw or soft boiled eggs thinking it's harmless or even beneficial? If so, now might be the time to reconsider that habit and adopt safer cooking methods that protect your well being. If you're still with me and finding these tips helpful, comment 2 below. I truly appreciate your time and attention because these small changes could mean the difference between thriving and merely surviving. And now let's move forward to the third major mistake that older adults often make with eggs, one that involves how they interact with common medications. It's an area many people overlook, but the consequences can be surprisingly serious. 3. Eating eggs too close to medication. Time and many older adults rely on a strict medication regimen to manage chronic health conditions. But did you know that eating eggs, especially at the wrong time, can interfere with how well these medications work? It's a detail often overlooked, yet it can have serious consequences. Take warfarin, for example. This is a commonly prescribed blood thinner used to prevent dangerous blood clots. Warfarin works by inhibiting the body's ability to use vitamin K, a key nutrient involved in blood clotting. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Egg yolks happen to be rich in vitamin K. So if someone suddenly increases or decreases their egg consumption while on warfarin, it can throw off the balance. Too much vitamin K from eggs can reduce warfarin's effectiveness, increasing the risk of blood clots. Too little vitamin K can make the medication too strong, raising the risk of bleeding. A stark, real-world example comes from 85-year-old Mr. Harold Smith. He regularly ate eggs while on warfarin, unaware of the interaction. Tragically, he ended up in the emergency room. With a brain hemorrhage, his egg-rich diet had decreased the drug's ability to thin his blood, leading to life-threatening complications. But warfarin isn't the only drug affected by eggs. Certain antibiotics, like tetracyclines and quinolones, can bind to minerals, such as calcium, magnesium, and iron found in eggs. When these minerals bind with the medication, they form complexes that the body can't absorb. This means the antibiotics are less effective, potentially delaying recovery from infections. Iron supplements, which are often prescribed to treat anemia in older adults, also don't mix well with eggs. Proteins in egg whites can bind to iron in the digestive tract, forming a compound that your body can't absorb. This is exactly what happened to 76-year-old Mrs. Dorothy Jones. Despite taking her iron supplements diligently, her anemia persisted. It was only after consulting her doctor that she discovered the culprit eating eggs at the same time as her supplements. So what's the solution timing? By simply spacing out when you eat eggs and when you take your medication, you can avoid these interactions. For most medications like antibiotics, iron supplements, and cholesterol-lowering statins, experts recommend waiting at least 2 hours after eating eggs. For warfarin, a longer window of about 4 hours may be safer. Thyroid medications like levothyroxine are particularly sensitive. They should be taken on an empty stomach in the morning, and eggs should be eaten at least 1 hour after. Even supplements like calcium and zinc, which are essential for bone strength and immune function, can be affected. Eggs can interfere with their absorption, so it's best to consume these minerals at a different time of day. Think of it this way, your medications are like delicate instruments. To play the right tune, they need the right conditions. Timing your meals, especially egg-based ones, can help those medications do their job properly. Practical tips recap. Wait at least 2 to 4 hours between eating eggs and taking medications, especially blood thinners, antibiotics, and iron supplements. If you're on warfarin, consider a consistent egg intake and consult your doctor to adjust dosage accordingly. Take thyroid medications like levothyroxine on an empty stomach and eat eggs at least 1 hour afterward. Separate egg consumption from calcium or zinc supplements to ensure proper mineral absorption. Keep a food and medication diary to help you monitor timing and avoid potential interactions. Now ask yourself, have you been taking your medications and eating eggs around the same time? If so, a simple adjustment to your routine could dramatically improve how well your treatments work and protect your health. Understanding these types of interactions can help you make smarter choices and maintain the benefits of both your diet and your medications. But there's still one more surprisingly common mistake we need to talk about, one that has everything to do with the time of day you eat your eggs. 4. Eating eggs too early in the day. Beyond the hormone-driven cholesterol spike, there's another physiological reason why early morning may be the worst time to enjoy your eggs. Your digestive system simply isn't ready. Think about it. After a full night of rest, your body is still transitioning from a dormant state. Your gastrointestinal tract is only beginning to wake up and re-engage. Digestive enzymes are at low production levels. Gut motility is reduced, and overall digestive efficiency is far from optimal. Now imagine introducing a dense, protein-rich food like eggs into that sleepy system. It's like asking your stomach to run a marathon before it's even had coffee. For older adults in particular, whose digestive capabilities may already be compromised due to age-related decline in enzyme secretion or slowed gut movement, this can be especially problematic. The result: a host of uncomfortable symptoms like indigestion, bloating, or even acid reflux. So, when is the best time to eat eggs? Experts recommend a more digestive-friendly window between 2:00 p.m. and 4:00 p.m. By this point in the day, your cortisol levels have dropped significantly, meaning your liver is no longer in high gear producing cholesterol. Your digestive system is also in full swing, having been activated by earlier meals. This mid-afternoon window allows for more efficient digestion and absorption of the vital nutrients eggs offer. The liver, your body's cholesterol manager, is particularly active in the afternoon, enhancing your body's ability to process the cholesterol naturally found in eggs. This is especially beneficial for older individuals whose metabolic processes may no longer be as robust. But timing isn't the only thing that matters. What you eat with your eggs can make a huge difference too. To amplify the health benefits of eggs and to help reduce any cholesterol-related concerns, pair them with fiber-rich vegetables like spinach, broccoli, or onions. Fiber slows down the absorption of cholesterol in the intestines and supports heart health. Plus, vegetables are loaded with antioxidants that protect blood vessels and support overall cardiovascular function. For example, a spinach omelet or scrambled eggs with diced onions isn't just a tasty dish, it's a heart-friendly powerhouse. It's these smart combinations that turn eggs from a potential hazard into a nutritional win. Conversely, there's one time you should absolutely avoid eating eggs late at night, especially right before bed. Why? Because digesting protein-rich foods like eggs is a metabolically demanding process. It requires energy, digestive enzymes, and blood flow that would otherwise be used for rest and recovery. Eating heavy protein-laden meals in the evening disrupts your body's natural nighttime rhythm when it's focused on cell repair, hormone regulation, and memory consolidation. Consuming eggs too close to bedtime can interfere with sleep quality, cause gastrointestinal discomfort, and even suppress your body's ability to fully regenerate overnight. That's the opposite of what you want, especially as you age. If you still need a protein source in the morning, opt for something gentler. Soft, easy-to-digest foods like tofu or Greek yogurt can provide high-quality protein without taxing your digestive system or raising cholesterol concerns during cortisol's peak. Take a moment to reflect. Are you someone who habitually eats eggs first thing in the morning? If so, would you be open to shifting this habit toward the afternoon? A simple change like this could significantly improve how your body processes both nutrients and cholesterol, especially as you age. Let's not forget, small adjustments in your daily routine can lead to long-term improvements in your health. A mindful approach to when and how you eat egg could be the key to avoiding digestive discomfort and supporting cardiovascular wellness. And before we wrap up this section, if you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, drop a number 3 in the comments to let me know you're still with me. I truly appreciate your time and attention. Now that we've explored how timing and food pairing impact the benefits or risks of eating eggs, let's turn to another critical mistake. This one isn't about when you eat eggs, but how you cook them. Cooking eggs at high temperatures. Let me tell you about Mr. Alan Brower, a 78-year-old retiree who struggled with recurring heartburn and digestive discomfort, especially after breakfast. For years, his go-to morning meal was a plate of fried eggs. He had no idea that the way he was cooking them was the very thing irritating his system. Once he made a simple switch to boiling his eggs instead of frying them, everything changed. Not only did his symptoms ease, but he also found he was better able to absorb the nutrients his body needed, especially protein, which becomes increasingly important as we age. The way you cook eggs can either support or sabotage your digestive health. High heat methods like frying, especially in oil, can denature the proteins in eggs, making them tougher, harder to digest, and more likely to cause inflammation or digestive upset. On top of that, high heat oils can produce harmful compounds that aren't good for your heart or your gut. So, what's the better approach? Low and slow is the way to go. The most recommended method is simple: place your eggs in a pot of cold water, then bring it to a gentle boil over low heat. Let them cook for about 10 minutes. As the water heats slowly, the proteins in the egg white and yolk firm up without becoming rubbery. This gentle cooking process helps preserve the nutrients, especially sensitive vitamins, and keeps the proteins easier to digest. Once the water comes to a boil, reduce the heat immediately to a gentle simmer. Overcooking eggs, even in water, can make them rubbery and hard to process, especially for older adults with weaker digestive function. If you're looking for alternatives to boiling, steaming, and poaching are both excellent options. Steamed eggs are lightly cooked with water vapor, keeping them soft, silky, and nutrient-rich. They're especially popular in Asian cuisines and can be flavored with herbs or a splash of bone broth for added nutrition. Poached eggs, on the other hand, are cooked directly in simmering water just below boiling point. This gentle method preserves the egg's natural texture and avoids using oil altogether. And speaking of what to avoid, microwaving eggs may be convenient, but it comes at a cost. Microwaves heat food unevenly and very quickly, which can drastically alter the protein structure of eggs. The result: denatured, hard to digest proteins that put a strain on your gut. Not to mention the risk of explosion, yes, really. Steam builds up inside the shell or yolk, and if you're not careful, it can erupt like a mini egg volcano. Not exactly how you want to start your day. Instead, stick with gentle, moist cooking methods that prioritize nutrient retention and ease of digestion, looking to enhance both flavor and health benefits. Sprinkle your eggs with herbs and spices that offer digestive and anti-inflammatory perks. A pinch of turmeric, black pepper, or fresh parsley not only brightens the taste, but also brings healing compounds to the table. For example, curcumin. The active ingredient in turmeric is known for its ability to reduce inflammation and even support cognitive health. When combined with black pepper, which increases curcumin absorption, the benefits are amplified. It's these little additions that turn a simple egg dish into a healing, nutrient-packed meal, especially beneficial for older adults aiming to maintain vitality. If fried eggs have been a staple in your diet for decades, don't worry, you're not alone. But even long-held habits can be gently shifted. Try boiling or poaching your eggs just once this week and see how your body feels. Chances are you'll notice a difference in how light, energized, and comfortable you feel afterward. Now let's wrap up everything we've covered so far with a quick summary. Summary of egg consumption guidelines for older adults. Eat the whole egg, not just the whites, and pair it with other whole foods. Eating only egg whites, especially on an empty stomach, can cause digestive upset and block key nutrient absorption. Always eat the yolk. It contains most of the egg's vitamins and essential fatty acids. Avoid raw eggs. While trendy in certain diets, raw eggs carry a real risk of bacterial contamination like salmonella, especially dangerous for seniors with weakened immune systems. Time your egg consumption away from medications. Maintain a 2-hour gap between eggs and drugs like iron supplements or antibiotics. With blood thinners like warfarin, wait 4 hours or talk to your doctor. Skip the early morning egg habit. Aim for the 200 p.m. to 400 p.m. window when your cortisol levels are lower and your digestive system is fully awake. Use gentle cooking methods. Avoid high heat and oil. Stick to boiling, steaming, or poaching to preserve nutrients and reduce the formation of inflammatory byproducts. By following these 5 simple but powerful guidelines, eggs can become more than just a breakfast food. They can be a reliable ally for muscle maintenance, brain health, and immune support well into your golden years. At 92, I can tell you that these small shifts have helped me keep my mind sharp and body strong. I still practice medicine part-time, and I credit a large part of that to habits like this. It's not about radical diets or miracle pills. It's about consistency, mindfulness, and small changes that add up over time. So here's your challenge tomorrow. Instead of reaching for the frying pan, why not boil a few eggs and enjoy them with a side of sautéed greens or a light vegetable salad? That one choice could mark the beginning of a healthier, more energizing relationship with this humble superfood. And now I'd love to hear from you. Which of these principles will you start applying in your own life? Let us know in the comments. Your small change might just inspire someone else. Thank you for joining me on this eye-opening journey into the surprising truth about eggs. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more actionable health tips designed to help you live a longer, stronger life.